What's up? On Hermit26, I'm here to give you my ROH Pick Your Poison review and ROH Bitter Friends Stiffer Enemies 2 review. These DVDs did come out a little while ago, but I feel I should still give you guys my review because if at least one fan buys these DVDs, I did my job. And it kind of has to do with the whole independent wrestling thing, but even though that's kind of over, but still, it's a good reason still to do these. Alright, Pick Your Poison. It's a great show. Let's get right down to it. First match is Sami Callihan versus the Metal Master making his Ring of Honor debut. I really don't like Sami Callihan. I mean, I know he's better in other promotions, and I kind of like him there, but in ROH, I really don't like him. This is probably his best match in ROH, to be honest. We already got to see him do the most, and it wasn't all that great. Metal Master did look alright here. I want to see a little bit more of him to get really an impression of him. 2 stars. Then I got to a match, the Necro Butcher and Rasche versus Erick Stevens and Shawn of the Embassy. This was alright. I mean, it was a good brawling match. I mean, Necro's very good at all of those types of things. Erick Stevens is very good at them. Daivari's kind of out of his element in brawling matches, though, and Rasche Brown's alright. So, kind of throw all that together, and you got a 2.5-star match. I mean, that's kind of what it was. And a brutal spot after this match, which, if you haven't seen, kind of leads into Necro turning down the road. There's that. Then we got Chris Hero and Petey Williams. I expected this match to go a little bit shorter in time, actually. I'm glad it was given time, but it just kind of dragged on at the end for a little while. Petey just kind of ran out of moves to do, and Hero was trying to do other moves and really didn't progress, so that hurts the rating a little bit. But it was still a good match. I liked it. These two have pretty good chemistry, so if they put on a shorter and more high-intense match for that time, I'm sure it could be very good. 3.25. Then we got to, well, it wasn't the match of the night, second best match of the night, one of the 2 great matches on the card. Dark City Fight Club versus the American Wolves. Great match. It was really my only concern about the Dark City Fight Club was that they could not put on great matches like this, put them in there with the Wolves, give them time, and they do that. I'm very happy. I'm a big Dark City Fight Club fan and American Wolves fan. So, you know, I was very glad to see that. Richards looked really good here. Edwards looked great. John Davis actually showed a lot in this match. He's probably the better of the two. He's probably the better of the two all around. I think. I know some people might disagree with that Corey Chase, but I think John Davis is better. He can do a little bit more. I think he's a little bit better of a high flyer, which I know his main thing and their main thing to do is strength moves. But I mean, if you can do that as well, I mean, it can't hurt. And also on HDNet, he did like a caught Claudio on a crossbody and then did a running power slam to him, which looked massive impressive in that retrospect. So I'm gonna give that 4 stars. Great match. Then coming back from intermission, we got Austin Aries and Rhett versus the House of Truth. I thought both these teams actually did very well for a heel versus heel match. I really liked it. Truth Martini. I just am really getting into the House of Truth after seeing their AEW match. I mean, they are a very good tag team, and they probably should get a little bit of a bigger push in Ring of Honor, even though they are only on the Midwest shows and HDNet tapings for right now. Maybe that can, I guess, change. And Aries and Titus did a good job here. A lot of storyline in the match, and it was very enjoyable, very entertaining. 3 stars. Then you got to the match of the night: Roderick Strong versus El Generico. Great match. These two tend to have very good chemistry. They went out there and just kicked the crap out of each other. You know, it was very good. Got to see a lot of good El Generico, because they were kind of holding them back until the Big Bang. Finally got to see him break out a little bit in 2010 for Ring of Honor. It was great. I loved it. I'm going to give it 4 stars. Just match of the night. Then we got, after that, Kevin Steen and Steve Corino coming out calling him stupid because Cabana wasn't there because, of course, he was Matt Classic and Chikara that night. But then they brought out the Briscoes. This match was this match was good, but it probably should have been better. Yeah, that's probably it. Just nothing really noteworthy here. I mean, Kevin Steen has very good chemistry with the Briscoes. Maybe with Steve Corino. I don't know, because Kevin Steen and El Generico put on maybe the greatest match in Ring of Honor history with the Briscoes. So in the Ladder War, so nothing else really besides that. Then we got the main event of Tyler Black versus Kenny King for the Ring of Honor World Championship. This wasn't great. It was very good, but it wasn't great. I mean, these two have good chemistry, but not great chemistry. You know, they really haven't been on to put on a legit 4-star match yet. They put on a couple 3 3/4, but they've never truly gotten to that 4, and I don't know why they couldn't do it here. I mean, I really like King, and I really like Black, so I just don't know why they can't do it. 3 3/4, 8.25. I do recommend picking this up. Yeah, a lot of good storyline in here. It's a great show. But this show is amazing. Bitter Friends, Stiffer Enemies 2. I had so much fun watching the show. There is something for everybody on this show, from hardcore wrestling to technical wrestling to tag team wrestling. I mean, there is something for everybody on the show. Then first up, we got the opener of Rasche versus Sami Callihan. Again, we got to see Sami Callihan do a little more. So, I mean, this was probably this better the two matches of the weekend. It wasn't much better, but went out there and wrestled a big man, small man type of match with Rasche Brown. So it was all right in that retrospect. 2 stars. Then we got to a match which I actually kind of was very entertained by. Dark City Fight Club versus the Bravado Brothers. I don't know what it is with the Bravado Brothers, but they faced the Kings of Wrestling, and I thought that was a very entertaining match at the 8th anniversary show. So I guess they're a very good tag team for the purpose of going out there and putting over teams. You know, they're very good at it. I'm very entertained by the matches they always have. I mean, it's not super entertaining, but I think they do a good job with it. I think they should, you know, maybe put them in there with the Briscoes, see what they can do one time. You know, it might be a squash, but put them in there with, see what they can do. You know. Maybe they can do that in HG or something, I don't know. But I really like this match. Great ending. It makes a lot of sense. 2 1/4. Then I got Eddie Edwards, the Metal Master. This was given time. I got to see a little bit more of the Metal Master, so that was very good. He is very good. Maybe I can see him returning. I have to give him another shot. I think he was good enough for at least that. And Eddie Edwards looked great here as the TV champion. Made him look very good at the end of this match, so 3 stars. Then I got to the House of Truth. With Truth Martini versus Erick, Steen, and Shawn Daivari with Prince Nana. They did that. After seeing this match, it's kind of the conclusion that the Ring of Honor is maybe letting a little more go at ringside, because Nana poured water all over a fan, and those of you who've seen the Civil Warfare, we'll begin to that. I'm going to do a solo review of that show coming up, because I only have one more match to watch on that show, actually. But, sorry about getting sidetracked there, but, so they were letting a little bit more go, but this was a very heel versus heel match again. This probably wasn't as good as Aries and Titus, but they did let them go out there and do their thing for a little while. So, but it was only okay. 2 1/4. Then we got to one of the three great matches of the night, and all of them were better than matches in Dayton. First was Roderick Strong and Davey Richards. Wow, what a great match! A strong 4 1/4. I can't quite give it 4.5 because it did how the way it ended. But that makes sense, but I really can't give it 4.5 for that reason. I don't want to give away any of the spots. Just great technical wrestling, and just, yeah, you know, these two have great chemistry. I mean, I'd love to see them in a main event match one day in Ring of Honor. Hopefully before Richards is supposedly retiring. Then we got to a match which I expected to be way better. I was very bored with this match, and it should have been better. Rhett, Titus, and Petey Williams. I mean, the match at Final Countdown Tour Chicago was way better than this. So it's kind of bored throughout. If you want to skip it on the DVD, be more than fun. You're not missing anything, because Williams does not hit the Canadian Destroyer at all in any part of the match, so, or afterwards. So 2 1/4. Then you got Austin Aries and Kenny King versus the Briscoes match that I'm very happy to see, and it was very good. Not more than that. It was very good, but, you know, you had some storyline in there, and then the Briscoes, and it was just a very technically sound tag team match. Is a good way of putting it, with a lot of storyline, and, you know, I just really liked it. 3.5. Then we got to the ROH title match, Tyler Black and Chris Hero. Wow, I want to see this. I want to see them in the main event. I think they could put on an amazing match after seeing this. You know, give them a little more time, and, you know, this is on the breakout, on the cusp. This is probably not a strong 4.5, 4 1/4, but it's still a 4 1/4. It's a great match. Still a lot of innovative counters, a lot of innovative technical wrestling. One word to describe the match would be innovative. A lot of stuff I had not seen before from either of them, kind of wrestling each other. So I really liked it. 4 1/4. Then after the match of the night, an absolutely amazingly brutal match. Colt, Cabana, and Generico versus Steen and Corino. I don't want to ruin any of this, but I guess a good way to think about it would be Whitmer Jacobs Supercard of Honor 2. Tone it down the brutality a little bit, because that's probably the most barbaric match in Ring of Honor history. Maybe think Death Before Dishonor 2 Part 2, Punk and Steel versus Whitmer and I guess it's Moff. I mean, Cabana Homicide was more brutal than this, but this was probably a better in-ring match, if that makes sense with brutality. But yeah, just an absolutely amazing match. It's not make my top 10 countdown, but this was absolutely amazingly and brutal. 4.5. I mean, I loved it. Just loved it. Start to finish. 8.0. Pick up this show. I mean, if you haven't watched this show, go out and get it. One of the best Chicago shows ever. So go out and pick it up. 9.0. I'll see you guys later.